Hello everybody, my name's Ian. I actually use the pseudonym as Grandadsvinyl as a bit of a tribute to my granddaughter. Hopefully maybe she'll see this one day, but I don't know. You know, one of the things, if they do, are interested or not. But as you see, I collect vinyl. There's many people out there who do the same thing. What's often enough on people's YouTube videos, groups, see many there's lots of people who do it. I thought I'd have a go at doing it myself, rather than start introducing and going through all my records. That'd be for another time. I thought I'd just start off with what I've collected today, a car boot. I'm quite eclectic in my taste sometimes, but I do go to car boots looking for specific stuff really. You'll probably find that more if I do more videos like this. But today I just went there for about 40 minutes, bought a few bits and bobs, paid about 25 quid, near enough altogether. I've seen some other guy who does a similar thing, but I think when he goes, he seems to buy up probably all the same sort of stuff. I might have even bought the same stuff. Probably pays about as much as what I've done today, for probably more. But it's what looking little throws at you when you get to places like car boots. You never see anything. Next week you might see loads and not have the money. But as my first show on these, I thought I'd just go through some of the singles I picked up. They're not particularly collectible. I'm not picking up pounds and pounds worth of albums that are worth lots, but the first stall I went to was a little box of singles, and went through them, usual kind of stuff that's there. And then I come across this, which is madness. It's a limited edition of Our House. It's a slightly different mix. That was 50p. Can't go wrong for 50p. In a stiff sleeve. I do kind of look out for these madness stiff records, and this was unusual. Picked it up. It's even got a limited edition number across it. Can't go wrong for 50p. On a Bob Dylan single, A Fool Such As I think it's part of the album. I did covers. I'm not really into the history of Bob Dylan, how he ended up doing a cover album about 1971. It was just stuff he did recorded, but this was released as a single. No real history, but it was Bob Dylan, picked it up. I then spotted Georgie Fame and the Blue Flames. Sleeve's a bit battered, but as you say, this is what you do get at car boots. But the actual single itself isn't too bad. I haven't played them, obviously I haven't played any of these yet. I will do eventually. Probably get a better sleeve for this one, but again, 50p, all 50p, £1.50, can't go wrong. I'm not going there for valuable records. I just, spot something like that I heard on the radio many years ago, and think, oh, and thought, yeah, I'll have that. So that was from one store, £1.50. Sometimes you can get singles really cheap, 20p. I bought several singles a few years ago, Beatles, quite collectible ones, for 20p. You know what I mean? But that's like I say, that's what you get when you go to car boots. You can get them 20p, 50p. Some people try it out with £3 and £4. Right, next one is a 12-inch single. And this one's Duran Duran, Hungry Like the Wolf. Now, this cost me £3. I think it's the original. There's several issues of this with different labels, different typesets, different coloured labels, I believe. But I think this was the first issue on this particular coloured label. In itself, it's probably not collectible, but it's one of the, as it's the first issue, I believe it's for £3. I paid £3. I'd probably be able to bung that on eBay and probably get £10 for that, maybe a little bit more. The sleeve's a little bit come undone there, but again, like I say, you go to car boots. I'm not expecting to find absolutely perfect records. I'd be highly surprised if you ever did. Right, so that's my 12 and 3s that I found, 12-inch and 3-inch, 7-inch singles I found. Now, obviously I do go looking for albums. I've got 2 albums I found. In fact, all the albums I found were all on one store. The guy did have quite a lot more, but these ones I particularly saw, and I was more interested in them, particularly one of them, because it's a proper addition to an album by a particular group. But what I did find amongst it is, and these albums always come up in the when you look in the cheap boxes that people are giving away. Sometimes they're very cheap, you know what I mean, but more often than not they're really battered, they show their age, and really they are really landfill, or they need to be recycled. Personally, keep selling these things at car boots. To me, they should be recycled, plastic recycling, rather than content be at car boots. I just think it's a waste of time. But they are 2 albums by the Shadows, a debut, and Dance with the Shadows. Not quite certain when if that's the second or third album, I don't know. That is a mid-70s, 80s reissue. No, they're not worth much, but I've fancied collecting a few Shadows things. I've got a few singles. Again, I would probably only buy these in car boots. I wouldn't ever look in record fairs for them, because I know what we got. But this is one of the more originals. It's a proper flip back sleeve. It's not original, because the original first issue had a green label. This is a Columbia blue. Again, the condition of these is really, really nice. I don't think any of it, it's not probably the original in the sleeve, but the condition is again excellent. They don't look as though they've ever been played, and it looks like they just bought them, put them in on the shelves, maybe played them a couple of times, and that's it. I haven't listened to them yet. I will do eventually. But again, it's just one of the things you think, I'll collect them. Eventually I'll have some room here, eventually somewhere in my room for the bits and pieces that I do collect. Yeah, you know, I think they're really unloved, but I think they're a very important group to the development of pop in the UK. Certainly, you know, they were one of the top groups for this 2 or 3 years of the 1960s, along with Cliff Richard. They probably had the roots for all of music. It was eventually released in Britain before, and then led to the Beatles, Rolling Stones. But yeah, they were part of a 3 for 5 I got. I will show the other album I got, and part of that 3 for 5. This is a Steve Hillage record, L. Again, this was part of that 3 for 5, same stall. Album of means to buy, but you see it online or eBay or thing, and it's always stupid price. You think, I'm not paying that. And this was in again 3 for 5. Again, I haven't played it this morning. I just thought I'd do this video just to show it, but that was 3 for 5. And then he had another box, the same guy, for records at £4. He said to do a deal on if I bought any more, and I thought, well, so sometimes you see stuff, and sometimes you had quite a good selection of stuff. And the first ones I saw was a Santana 3. This is probably an 80s reissue. It's on the Sunburst label. It's not one of theirs. The original had a gatefold sleeve, but again, it's an addition to a collection. I presume I'll probably get rid of it eventually once I find a gatefold edition of it. And then I also picked another Santana up, which is Freedom. This again is a proper 1980s. It's got its original little insert in it. Again, I think it's the original with the red CBS label, which they were using in the mid-80s rather than the Sunburst, and Sunburst was still used, I believe. So they were part of a £4. They were £4 each. Like I said, I was looking for other albums, and a few popped up, but I ain't got them in my collection. I like a little bit of Santana. I ain't got 3, so it's worth having it just to get a 3. Now I found this particular one, which is The Roaring Silence. by Manfred Ben. It's actually an original. They're not worth a lot. None of these albums are worth particularly a lot of money. It is a first issue, but the very first issues had a black inner island inner, and this doesn't. But again, like I said, this is first inner. You can go by the bottom of here that tells you a little bit of information when these sleeves were produced and what patent numbers are. So that was a kind of another run of the album. But again, it's a little bit thing at the bottom end, but you know, £4. You probably might find this album 10 quid again in record fairs, even more, and it'd probably be a reissue without the thing. But again, like I said, I picked it up and got it in my collection. Nice little add to the collection. If I ever see an original fairly cheap with an inner or seeing in it, I might just swap it. So that's that one. And now we come to the very last one I saw as I was looking through this guy's boxes. In many ways, the sleeve's not too great with this one, but this is an original, and I haven't got this in the collection. Again, I would probably look online, eBay, and be looking at paying £15. But this is Uriah Heep's Innocent Victim. It's not one of the best albums. This particular is a first press again, which is very nice. It's got its proper inner thing, and the original also came with advertising for bronze, so you can generally tell if it's an original or not. Like I said, the sleeve isn't great. It's split. Looks as though it's had a little bit of water damage inside, but that can be repaired. It's in a nice plastic sleeve which helps keep it all together. Again, that was £8, but because I bought so many albums, he let me have it all for 20 quid, and I think that was really good value, really. So I think this particular one, if it had been mint, would have been probably as much as what I paid for him altogether for 20 quid. So again, that's just to add to the collection. For that, I'll probably listen to it, how good it is. I think I've not had some particularly good reviews of it, but we'll see and just see how it goes. So that was my sum total of about 40 minutes at a car boot in Leeds. Like I say, I go there quite often when I can. Most of the time I'm with the family and I don't get as much time to have a look through stuff. I had a little bit more time today. But like I say, I do collect records. I will be probably going through some of them and other new editions and parts of my collection as and when I do another video. Thank you for watching. See you again, hopefully. Hopefully you enjoyed it.